Heidi, Part 13. "Oh no, it's too late. You can't see her," said Dita, pulling Heidi along with her. Peter ran into the cottage. "They're taking Heidi away." "Who is, Peter? Where has she gone?" the grandmother asked. As Dita walked up the footpath, the old woman opened the window and called out as loudly as she could, "Dita, don't take the child away. Don't take her from us." When Heidi heard that, she struggled to get free and said, "I must go to grandmother. She is calling me." But Dita would not let her go. "We must go quickly now. We need to get to Frankfurt. I can't stop. We still have far to go." Soon they left the village far behind. After this, the grandfather seldom came to the village, only to sell his cheese and buy his provisions. Often people remarked how lucky it was that Heidi had left him. The old grandmother would tell them what good care the old man had taken of Heidi. She also told them that he had repaired her little house. She began her days by saying, "All happiness has left us with the child. The days are so long, I have no joy left. If only I could hear Heidi's voice before I die." In a beautiful house in Frankfurt lived a sick child by the name of Claire Seaman. She was sitting in a wheelchair, which could be pushed from room to room. Clara spent most of her time in the study, where long rows of bookcases lined the wall. Claire had a pale, thin face with soft blue eyes, and she said, "Oh, Miss Mayer, is it time yet?" The housekeeper lived with Claire since Mrs. Seaman's death. Miss Mayer wore a uniform with a long cape and a cap on her head. While Claire was waiting, Dita had arrived at the front door with Heidi. She said to Sebastian, the butler, "May I see Miss Mayer?" "That's not my business," the butler announced. "Ring for Tinette, the maid." With that, Dita saw the girl coming down the stairway. The maid stopped halfway and asked, "What do you want?" Dita repeated, "May I see Miss Mayer?" Following Tinette, they went upstairs and found themselves in the study. Dita held on to Heidi's hand, while Miss Mayer slowly approached the visitors. She did not seem pleased with Heidi, who was looking up at the lady. "What is your name?" the lady asked. "Heidi," was the child's answer. The housekeeper, shaking her head, "Is this child ignorant? I thought I told you that Miss Clara's companion would have to be 12 years old, like her." "How old is Heidi?" "Grandfather says I was 8 years old," said Heidi. "What, only 8 years old?" Miss Mayer exclaimed. "What have you learned? What books have you studied?" "None," said Heidi. "But how did you learn to read?" "I can't read," Heidi replied. "You cannot read? How is that possible?"